Happy Monday! We are live and I am excited. It has been super humid here today, so got hair up. I tried to do my hair today and it went crazy. So, anyway, today, welcome. Thanks for being here tonight on this Monday. Hi. So I'm really excited. Tonight we are talking about time. So we are in day 16, positive success habits, and we're going to jump into the importance of time and how it really is the only thing that we all have in common. We have to realize that everybody has different perspectives. Everybody has different approaches to things. Everybody learns differently. Everybody does things differently. But the one thing that we cannot change is our time in the day. So it's super important. It's so vital that we take advantage of every moment, right? So what if you never made yourself proud of who you were as a person, as the goals you achieved in your lifetime? When you died, before you got the opportunity to live a happy life and a meaningful life and a purposeful life, what if you never took the time to elevate yourself to that next level? And you never made yourself proud and you never showed up for yourself? Would you live with a life of regrets? That's the question, right? You have to show up, decide to change your way of thinking, and utilize your time in a positive manner. Because nobody's telling you that you can't live with a negative mindset or a fixed mindset. Nobody's telling you that you have to be happy all the time. But at the end of the day, every moment that you spend mad or frustrated or pissed off at something, you're wasting those moments that you could be celebrating that time, because we don't know how much time we have, right? You have to struggle through the grind and make sure that you are trying to show up and live a positive, fulfilled lifestyle. You should be always learning new things in that amount of time, because when you're gaining skills, you're improving your talents, and you're focusing on your purpose and your passion and on your why and your mission in this lifetime. That's how you can advance to the next level. Be so strong-willed to keep learning, to gain more knowledge, to get more info. Because if you think about it, nobody knew how to walk when they were born. Nobody knew how to drive a car or ride a bicycle. We all learned how to do these skills, right? Some people are definitely more talented, and that's what makes you unique. Is you have talent. You have these skill sets that will come easier and more natural. That's your talent. But if you want to learn a skill, you have to show up and you have to apply yourself. You have to give it your attention. You have to give it your time, right? You have to be disciplined and focused to keep gaining more knowledge, because knowledge is information. It's things that you can consume. But you gain wisdom when you actually apply the knowledge that you've learned. You gain a better lifestyle when you are focused on being better than you were yesterday. Striving for excellence. Because even if you aren't excellent at something, if you keep applying yourself day after day after day, you'll get better. Ask questions, find a mentor, put in the effort. Be willing to take the time and put in the hard work to get you to that next level. Mark Cuban, if you aren't familiar with him, he's a billionaire. And he said, most people don't suffer from, he didn't say this part, but this is what he was implying. He was talking about most people don't suffer from not knowing how to do something. He said, it's a lack of brains, not a lack of work. Did I read that right? Lack of brains and lack of work. Sorry. And people are failing because they don't want it enough. You have to go for it. You have to earn it. You have to work hard. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the effort. You have the choice to create your own jail in this lifetime, or you have the choice to create your own paradise. So if you're not happy with your career or your job, and it was something that you were given it and you applied for it and you got it, and now it's just not fulfilling you, then quit. Because life has a way of figuring itself out. You can always figure out the next step. If you want to be the next best basketball player, then work for it. You're not going to get it just by hoping for it, right? You have to put in the hard work. You have to keep striving. Do a little bit of work every single day. Put in the time and effort every single day to bring you to that next level. If you want to be a millionaire, make it happen. There are steps you can take to get to that next level. But if you are just sitting here and saying, oh, poor me, or you're comparing yourselves to others, or you're not showing up to be the best at something, then how will you ever get there? You're not going to, right? So don't create this jail. Don't create yourself into a little tiny box. Really focus on trying to be better than yesterday. Why don't you create a paradise? If you don't like the city you live in, then move. There's a whole world out there, right? If you don't like the way your body looks, then eat healthier. If you don't like the way your hair looks, then cut your hair. Anything you can do to give you that little bit extra to make you happier and give you the satisfaction in that moment and give you happiness in that time, then do that, because life is so short. There's a reason that you can have a work-life balance. There's a reason you can have more satisfaction in this life. But you have to work for it. You don't get to just snap your fingers and hope that you get it. You have to work hard for it, right? Who has it all figured out? I don't know anybody. I don't think anybody does. We all have to learn. We all have to gain those skills. We all have to put in the time and the effort. Why do we have to have certain things accomplished by a certain time frame? We have to know how to drive when we're 16. We have to have kids by the time we're 22. We have to be married probably before you have kids, but I don't know, that's kind of shifted a little bit, right? You have to have a car at a certain age, and society has told us that you have to have all these things figured out. But who has it figured out? Why do we have to have these things figured out at a certain age? Because last time I checked, most people are living to like 80 years old now. So why don't we stop rushing through the rat race? Stop trying to go so fast right now and relax and enjoy the moments and enjoy the satisfaction of actually living. I know I've written this down before, but I think it's super important. Bring this a little bit closer. There's birth, which we all do, right? And there's death, which will inevitably happen to us all. This is your journey. Make this moment matter, right? All the ups and downs, those make you stronger. It's not a straight line. Success is not a straight line. A lot of times people think success goes like this. But really, success is doing this, right? And you might even come back to ground zero, and then you come back up. This right here is what's important. Okay, let me backtrack just really quickly here. if we're talking about this here, and we're talking about, and I know it's a little bit morbid, but I think it's important, is when we start talking about death, we will all come to that day. That is our destination, right? Because this is our stopping point. There's nothing beyond this. Maybe there is. I don't know. But we're not going into that right now. When we die, we leave this earth, and anyway, I'm going to get off of that. So live life to the fullest. I hope everybody has their own opinions on that. But don't paint yourself into a corner. Don't paint yourself into a little jail. Create a paradise for the life that you want. You have that choice. How you spend your time will decide how you get to live your life. And remember that you can do hard things, because if you look back on your life when you thought you weren't going to overcome certain things, you're still here. You've still moved forward, and you can reflect on those hard times, and you can excel because you can learn from those moments. Make every moment matter. Nourish your mind, nourish your body, and love the people around you. So really fast, I want to talk about how death is so unexpected. We don't really know when it's coming, right? Even if you get cancer, which is the number 2 leading cause of death in America, is the doctors can still be wrong. And there's a lot to be said about having a positive mindset and encouraging your own beliefs to keep your willpower and extending your time and enjoying the moments that actually matter and making a difference with the time that you have. So I want to talk about statistics for a quick second. In 2017, there were 2.8 million deaths in America. And number 1 was related to heart disease. And it's a super broad scope. But in heart disease, the biggest thing is diet and exercise. And that's what causes those deaths, because it clogs your arteries. So if you're moving your body for 20 minutes a day and you're stacking your habits to be a little bit better than you were yesterday, you'll notice that when you start working out more, you want to eat more positive food, meaning not so sugary foods and not such fatty foods, right? And you'll eventually start shifting the way your diet is, just because you're moving your body more, because your body is going to crave the better things. When you're giving that back to yourself and you're trying to be better, it's very rewarding to keep pushing in a positive direction. Not only mentally, but physically, your body will love that you're doing that for it. Number 2 on the leading causes was cancer. And 21.3% of all deaths were caused by cancer. And I don't know if I said it for the heart disease, but 23.5% of all deaths in 2017 were because of heart disease. So because of our diet and exercise, this is causing this, right? And then cancer falls very close behind at 21.3%. And the number 1 type of cancer is lung cancer. And you know how most of lung cancer happens? Is from smoking. So we are neglecting our bodies, and we are causing these high levels of death in our own societies. Why aren't we trying to make the most of our time? Because what we're doing is we're taking this moment right now and getting instant gratification versus thinking of the longevity, thinking of the 80 years, because we had to have a car, we had to buy a house, we had to have kids, we had to get married, we had to do all these things so quickly in the first 25 years of our lives. And then the next 65, it's, well, hopefully you can maintain your health, because we've just blown the last 25 and just neglected our body, that we're not taking advantage of the time we have. I wrote down all the other 10 leading causes of death, but I won't get super into detail. But I just want you to know that number 3, unintentional injuries, is accounted at 6%. So everything past that is less than 6% of deaths. Heart disease and cancer attribute to almost 45% of all deaths in America. And we can prevent both of those by taking care of ourselves now, by implementing positive success habits, by taking care of our mind and our body, and trying to learn and grow from those opportunities, right? And really quickly, I want to touch on this is car accidents are obviously, you never know when those are going to happen either. And in 2017, there were over 40,000 car accidents that killed people. And that just provides more of an impact and a push to say, don't let time pass you by. Because you could be out driving your car tomorrow and you could get in an accident and then you could be here. And I know that you might wake up in the morning and think that it's all going to be okay and you're going to be here for tomorrow. But tomorrow is not promised. So believe in your core values and your purpose and your mission and push every single day to get there. Because when we're trying to achieve success, we'll call this success. Well, that's not a very good start, but we'll call that success. You have to keep pushing, right? You have to put in the time and the effort. There will never be enough time in the day. How many times have you said, oh, I would read that book, or I would work out, or I would go see my family more often if I just had more time? Well, you don't have more time. You have to take advantage of the time that you have. Don't be mean to yourself. Have a learning mindset, have a growing mindset, have a loving mindset, have a positive mindset. Don't dwell when things happen that you're not proud of. Don't dwell on the negative things, because the last thing you want to do is live your day that you will never get back. Those moments, those minutes that are leading to this success, and not appreciating it and not celebrating today. Why would you want to arrive at the end of your life, your destination, with regrets? Because you're in control of that. You have the choice. You get to decide. So, like we've been talking about, is move your body for 20 minutes a day. Start journaling, start writing, and getting those negative thoughts out, because they can consume you. Have a learning mindset and learn to grow and change and sustain and reflect and keep that cycle going, because you have to choose how you want to show up. You have to choose how you're going to spend your time. How did you spend yesterday? I mean, it's easy to reflect, right? So you had the same amount of time in the day as your mom, your dad, your siblings, your coworkers, the president, Elon Musk, your favorite athlete. You had the same amount of time. Did you push yourself to bring yourself to that next level? Or did you sit on the couch and watch social media on your phone, watch Netflix, and eat cookies? Because if you did that, you probably are not nourishing your mind and your body, right? You have to want to grow. You have to want to learn. You want to have to use your time to the best of its ability. And don't accept failure as a bad word, because the truth is, successful people fail often. And if this is success, right? And you're here, this is you. How are you going to get here? Well, it's not going to happen overnight unless you're really lucky and you get to take some sort of huge jump and it just takes you there. But really, it's little steps along the way. Every single day. This is 20 minutes of moving your body. This is 20 minutes of journaling. This is 20 minutes of doing something every single day to move yourself forward. That's how you're going to get to success. And it doesn't happen with hope. It doesn't happen just by snapping your fingers and wishing for something. You have to put in the effort. I mean, this is a great representation even, because think about this as stairs. Stairs can be tiresome, right? Keep going up. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, because the time will pass anyway. Don't get to your death day right here and be disappointed, have regrets. Keep pushing yourself and go this direction to success. Make sure you're showing up and you're learning and you're growing and you're trying to achieve your goals and dreams. Because if for nothing else, if for nobody else, you should be trying to show up for yourself, right? And the effort of being very aware and conscious of your time. I do believe that this whole week we will cut these videos a little bit short. I appreciate y'all being on here and watching and showing up and participating. I want to leave it with a quote by Zig Ziglar. It says, "Success happens when opportunity meets preparation." And opportunities will present themselves along your journey, right? When you're going on your journey to find success, you're more likely to find that opportunity if you're preparing. People aren't going to just hand you things. Think about the saying where it's like, if you give a mouse a cookie, he'll want more, I think. I don't know. And it's very much like, or he'll ask for milk. If you give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask for milk. But what if that mouse had to make cookies and he had to work hard for it, and he put in the effort and he put in the time and the energy and he was showing up? Don't let time pass you by. Prepare. Strive for those opportunities. Keep pushing yourself and know that you are made for success. You are made to be great. You are made to be the best at something because you've won the birth lottery. You are 1 in 400 trillion, and the world needs your special gift. You have to show up. You have to keep putting in the effort, and you have to understand that it will be hard work, but it's important. So again, with that being said, let's wrap it up. I'm going to try to keep these videos this week to about 20 minutes. I appreciate you for being here. Tonight's homework is to utilize your time the best way you can. I recommend journaling for 10 to 20 minutes, or writing any way you want to, or reading. Improve your brain, right? Like, put in the effort to keep improving. Move your body for 20 minutes. Exercising by doing yoga or just stretching or walking or riding your bike or whatever the case might be. Try to move your body. And number 3 is fill in your habit tracker, because what gets measured gets managed. And keep showing up because you're awesome. And I appreciate you being here tonight. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your time tonight, because you will never get June 22nd, 2020 back. Thank you again for being here tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.